What's up, guys? First movie review ever. I was gonna write it down, but I'm so annoyed that I don't think it would translate properly over words. You'd read it and be like, well, he didn't like the movie, but I guess. Whereas if you see it in a video, you can get that I really didn't like that. It's a terrible movie. What? How bad is it? It's terrible. And I shouldn't be surprised, alright? The Transformers movies have been in Michael Bay's hands for far too long. As in 4 movies too long. The first one was passable. I mean, it was okay. And I wasn't a gigantic Transformers fan as a kid. I really liked the animated movie. But, you know, I grew up on Ninja Turtles and Biker Mice. You know, my friends liked Transformers when they were kids. I watched a few. So I've been watching these movies consistently. And I'm consistently disappointed. Every time. I shouldn't be surprised. Really, it's the 5th movie. At this point, we know what we're getting, right? Ugh. But there was one thing that bugged me. You know, I don't need to review the whole movie. If you've seen Transformers 1 to 4, it's the same movie. It's just got a new thing for them to go look for that happens to be further back in time. King Arthur and Styx, and I mean, it's flimsy at best. It doesn't really make any sense. But what really pissed me off is I love iconic villains. And I understand the point of an iconic villain. You know, Batman's got Joker. The Ninja Turtles have got Shredder. The Smurfs have a cat? Was it a cat? Or was that weird guy? Anyway, Unicron. This new movie mentions Unicron. Not only mentions him, it kind of half shows him. Like these spikes that were at the front of his face in the original movie, that 84 movie, those spikes are climbing out of the earth, right? So they're like, by the way, Earth's Unicron. What? How did we not see this? All right, like, Michael Bay movies tend to be really pro-military, and that's cool, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a level of science to how, you know, airplanes and guns and submarines work, right? So you would imagine that his movies, and hopefully his characters, have some understanding of science. He's Unicron, for fuck's sake. He's bigger than, I mean, because then if you show, then everybody dies, so to save the Earth, we're never going to see Unicron. You made him an untouchable planet. Literally all of these movies are about him. Really? Why? How did we not see that our entire planet is a ball of metal with spikes on it, hidden by grass? How did we get here? How did we get to a 5th movie that makes even less sense than the 4 before it combined? And not only that, but you don't fucking tell me that Unicron's in a movie and then don't show me Unicron. Because you didn't. You showed me Unicron's toe. You spent an entire movie mentioning that our planet is a giant transformer, but you didn't show me that he's a giant transformer. I mean, you just implied it heavily and showed me pieces of him coming out. What the fuck is going on? I feel like me and Mark Wahlberg understood each other through this movie because he looks confused from start to finish. I don't think he's confused because his character's supposed to be that way. I think he's confused because he's still replaying the script in his head during the action scenes going, what? How? This movie is so bad. Like, worse than I could possibly have imagined it would be. I went in prepared for crap. I really did. But you don't unveil the villain a little bit at a time. That's like ending a Batman movie, you know, with the Joker's shoes and saying, well, he's around, and then never get to him. You know, you start the movie with, hey, there's a dude in clown makeup. You know that guy. You know him. Yeah, he's not in the movie. Sorry. I mean, he's here. But, you know, we'll deal with someone else. I don't know, Calendar Man. Because that's what it felt like. The entire movie just felt like, here's a few things we'll get to and never get to. Not only that, the movie's 2.5 hours long, and Optimus Prime is evil in all the trailers. Et2 Prime? Yeah, he's evil like Batman understands Superman in their movie. You know, like, he's evil, pitches up, kills 2 robots we don't care about. We don't even know their names. We barely saw them. And then just as he's about to stab Bumblebee in the chest, Bumblebee talks. Just talks. His normal voice, right? His normal voice that earlier in the movie he ripped out with his own hands, and yet somehow he can still use it. And just as he's going to get stabbed by Optimus, just as we're about to lose one of our favorite characters in the whole world, he talks, and Optimus is cured. He might as well have said Martha. He literally might as well have said Martha. And we'd all get it. We'd all completely understand. We're on the same page, B. We get it, man. That's how it worked on Batman, so obviously it'll work on Optimus Prime. What the fuck were they thinking? Why do we still let this guy make our movies? Ooh, get Kevin Smith to make it. Optimus can swear. And Bumblebee would talk. He'd be Jason Mewes. Oh my God. There's no love in these movies. You know, you're watching these movies, they don't care about these characters. You care about them. I care about them. But the guy doing the visual effects, the guy directing the movie, the people in charge of the movie, they don't love the Transformers. Because if they did, those movies would be amazing. You know, all the voice work is always flawless. It feels like when the humans are not involved, I'm watching an actual movie with people who care about the characters. You know, Peter Cullen loves Optimus Prime. Of course he does. He spent the last 40 years of his life being Optimus Prime. No one else gives a shit about that movie. So save yourself the trouble. Unicron's not in it. Optimus isn't evil. And Bumblebee learned something new that really would have helped him a lot more earlier on in this series. Maybe I should just stop watching Transformers movies. Yeah, that's not going to happen.